What's going on? So, I wanted to make a video on how to improve the world. And there's multiple ways of doing this. One would be to set a goal for yourself, and whether or not you have one or not, and if you can't think of one, make one up. And make sure, your heart's in it. Put your heart into it, because then what's the sense of doing it? Make sure you believe in it too, whatever that you're doing. And whenever that you do something, make sure that you believe in it, because there's going to be no point of doing it. So that would be one. Goals, whether it's short term or long term, maybe develop both. And this is actually what I want to say. I was actually going to make this video, what's wrong with the world, but I wanted to sound more positive. One of the biggest things, and I've never read George Orwell, but if you have, he has a book called, like, The Animal Farm, but then he has another one called 1984, and yeah, it's late at night, and the lighting's trippy. It's getting darker earlier, like 5:30, oh my god. And basically, and I meant to actually say this as number one, plans and oriented, but in goals, and doing what your heart lies and believe in. Two is, which, like I said, is going to be number one. A lot of things are already done for us. So people get lazy, which number two should be like, don't be lazy, and coincides with number one. Don't be lazy, because a lot of things are already done for us. What do I mean by this? Especially if you live in like a first society, and the building's already there. You didn't have to build the building. It's probably going to be there for a long time. It's super easy to do your dishes or whatever. You don't have to go to a stream or a river to go wash your dishes. It may even sound crazy. We don't have to go and get our water. It comes straight up the faucet, or it's just bottled up somewhere. It's real easy to attain, whether it's clean water's around us or not. First world countries I'm speaking of, but more so a lot of places. And whether this, a lot of people take advantage of this or not sure how other places are, but that's not their mistake either, because they can't be humbled, because they've never even been to these places. And a lot of them, they don't show on social media, they don't show on the internet, they don't show on TV, they don't want you to know how it is there. A lot of cover up. And the thing with the George Orwell 1984, I've never read it, but things that I've spoke about, people said it resonated with the same thing. And it's just, again, everything's always already done for us. So that's why people get lazy or bored. So number two would be, don't be lazy or bored, which, follow up from number one. And if you want to, and you have fun being bored, and you want to just sit there and meditate all day, and that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that either. But this is for the people who need it. And so, like I said, we already have the water, of course there's air, we already got the shelter, the food's pretty much already there, and then they make you go get a job. And there's a lot of confliction right here, because, usually our job was to live and to go get water, to go get food, to build our shelter, and be nomadic. We don't have to pay to move somewhere, we just moved. And I know it might sound far off to people, but this is how we used to live before all the buildings were already here and everything was already done, especially in first world countries. Now, such things as just even like doing the dishes. We got a dishwasher. All you do is place the dishes and they're done. We have For the laundry, we have a washer and dryer. Some people have to go, but we have a washer and dryer. And this subsequently is super easy to do. We just throw the clothes in and it's done. Before, we had to go and actually hand wash our clothes, whether it was, usually go somewhere or bring water to wash them. And, this involved some activity. This was our labor. This was our activity. And you can see, and then there's just a whole experience behind it, taking it slow. We weren't in a rush to go do things. And ever, unless something had to be done immediately. But as you can see, like, all of these things were, all the things that I'm talking about, just like natural things that you have that we kind of take for granted, whether or not you do, or know of it. It's just like they're already done for you. So what else is there to do? And that's the thing. They leave us with nothing else to do, and that's why people have a hard time getting a job or career or just finding some interest, because everything's already done for us, and they don't know what it's like to even go do these things, and they never had the opportunity. They never thought about it, and yeah, the whole nine yards with that. And in today's world, which would be like number three, is like stress. And they have us in a rat race. Everyone has to work, like, for the most part, 40 hours, and charge us ridiculous prices for things that are already made, that are already here. it, the answer is in itself. And then, people always feel rushed around. Back then, life was and still some places today, depending where you're at, people take it. Life was a lot slower. It wasn't. There's no such thing as fast food. Food can't be fast. I mean, cooked food can't be fast. That is, of course, raw is, but there was no such thing as doing your dishes super fast or doing your laundry super fast. This was a time and a situation that you actually have to do and commit to and go through and been through to even know what it's like. It's a whole different world, and it's a whole different change of pace. People spend a lot of time, even if they do prepare their food, they spend a lot of time taking care of their food, raising their food, and prepping their food. And it's just instant gratification nowadays. And this all affects the mentality of the human, because everybody's in a rush and wants to get something done immediately. And then this can have effects, just psychologically and mentally. Everything's got to be in a rush, and that's not how things are. So taking more time, slowing down, and if, doing things, stretching or yoga, meditating, just doing things that are slowed down, taking your time. Because everything's already done for us, which that leaves us, what are we going to do? So you got to go find what you want to do. I don't want to make this video super long. Number 4 would be showing love. There's only two sides, love and fear. You might have anxiety, or you might be stressed sometimes. And, this happens, and this can be avoided, and you can have discipline and rise above it with practice or over time or maybe immediately, because a lot of it's in your head. And people don't, there's too much bullying, especially in school and then online. There's not a lot of love, a lot of negativity, not a lot of support, especially from the community. They don't associate. Family's not even there, even they might be there physically, but not emotionally. So there's just so many things. Spreading love, and no matter what that is, stop making fun of people, judging people. No one likes that. Very few people do. Some people gain energy off it. There's energy vampires. So just showing love and gratitude for things, and really appreciating what's going on or what you have, and just being there. I know a lot of people say living in the moment, but just being there and aware of, like, some things, like maybe the clothes you got on, what are they made of? Where did the material come from? Is it authentic? Or is it, did it come from some, sweatshop? Is the material synthetic? is the material actually real? And just things among that nature. Where's your water coming from? How is your water treated? Where's your food coming from? Is your food high quality, low quality? Is it some slave trades in it? Be really aware of what's going on and make a change in your life, and then you can make changes in others by the impact of your own life, because all the feelings come within. Your state of well-being comes from in. So start showing love and support to people. And it don't gotta be, you don't gotta love somebody that's a hobo on the street, or a bum, or an addict, or somebody you don't like. You can apologize to them, forgive them, whether it's face to face or it's just up in spirits, in the air. Being angry and being mad, it's not going to solve anything. No negative things solve a lot of things. And yeah, I understand there's a lot of negativity that's being pushed, but there's also good stuff. You just got to attract yourself to it. And there's many things like this. Like, let's say you like to cook. You go to chef school. You're going to meet people who like to cook and who are in the food and like to present it that way and into the art. And then you're just going to attract people with that you're doing, and you're going to make friends like that. It's the law of attraction. And just manifesting and things in real life. It's kind of like a cover up for something that's super easy, and it's just like, duh. Yeah, you can do it super easily. You just got to do it. If you like music, surround yourself with musical people. Go to concerts. Listen to music. Connect with people on social media. Make real friends that make music. Do research on music, You just got to connect, and will make a step forward in your life, and then you start noticing things. You attract people with the same energy, and it just, a lot of people don't have the environment around them, or the satiation of that comfort, or that comfort that they want to be in, that energy that raises their vibration. And there's nothing wrong for someone that's really upbeat, high energy around there's always going to be differences around a lot of slow or lethargic or just downbeat people in general. Yeah, there's always going to be differences, but you want to surround your people that bring you up. And you probably hear about this about work all the time. How much better is going to be a workplace, whether the job sucks or not, with a bunch of people that are super, laughable and super enjoyable to be around, that you actually want to be around. It doesn't even feel like work. Where you go to a place where it's depressed and everyone hates the job, no one wants to be there, people are bullying each other, making fun of each other. Of course you're not going to want to go there. People have lost a lot of spirituality, and a lot of it's just self-awareness, and again, it's a lot of bullying and making fun of people. I just don't think that's right, and it doesn't get anything wrong. Of course, people are always going to do it, but it's not solving anything. Yeah, so those are like 4 tips to improve the world. And maybe number 5, another one would be to give stuff to people and make them feel appreciated. Whether, especially somebody that you're friends with, acquaintances, or some organization that you go to, and give them a gift, give people gifts, whatever it is, associate and communicate. And along with that, we'll add on number 6 is try new things, because try new things or going to new places is always cool, and everybody loves that. Like, who doesn't love to go to a new place? And there's always that opportunity for new things to arise, and they all connect. Everything does. Yeah, so those are like my 6 tips that how to improve the world, and they're pretty basic, which everything is, and kind of how you want it to be, and that's how you build complex things. They start basic and simple anyway, and they congregate. Yeah, so that's basically it.